How are you doing, everyone? And welcome back to the Learner Driver classroom. My name is Anthony, and today we are going to be talking about the most confusing part of learning how to drive: roundabouts. So the first thing we're going to talk about is position on the roundabout. Alright, so if you treat the roundabout like it's a clock, and we always approach towards 6 on the clock, so we're always coming from this way. If your exit is from 6 around to 12, usually we're in the left hand side and around the outside. If, on the other hand, your exit is from 12 around to 6 or to the right, that's when we're going to position ourselves to the right hand side here and around the inside of the roundabout. So next we're going to talk about observation at the roundabout. If you remember from your theory test, so the question is, who has right of way at the roundabout? And the answer is traffic coming from the right and also traffic already on the roundabout. How you demonstrate to the tester that you know this is by, on approach, we always look ahead and to the right. Ahead to the right. Alright? Very important that a lot of times when people say, right, I have to look to the right, they get to the roundabout, look to the right, and they only look right and forget to look where they're going. So always just keeping the head moving. On the other hand, you don't want to wait until the last minute and then look right, because it's too late. Then you could possibly get a grade 2 for observation at a roundabout. So we'll talk about this now in a second, but once you're in position, you slow, observation, ahead to the right, ahead to the right. And once you know it's clear, you can keep going. And once you're going, now it's very important, look where you're going. There's no point getting halfway around the roundabout here, driving this direction, looking out that window. Forget about it. Once you know it's clear, get going, and now look where you're going. So now we're going to talk about if we're going to be taking the first exit to the left. So if you've seen my videos for turning left and right, we would have went into a lot more detail about the MSPSL. So once you hear left, you know it's going to be the first one. So just left, you know it's mirror, signal left. Your position will be just like you're turning left, you're in on the left. We slow into second, off the clutch, and now L for look. So remember what we said there a few minutes ago. Once we're in position, we need to look ahead and to the right, ahead and to the right. If there's no cars coming, we can keep going and looking where you're going. And we just keep our position in around the left hand side, keeping our indicator on and just trying to exit here in on the left. So turn left, easy enough. So now we're going to talk about if we're going straight through, but it's the second exit. So we know when we approach the roundabout that straight through second exit, we're going to be still in on the left because we're still on this side of the clock. We're going from 6 around to 12. So usually our position is going to be in on the left and around the outside. Alright, so we still kind of use our MSPSL. The only difference is no need to signal because we're going straight through. If we signal to the left, it would look like we're turning here, and if we signal to the right, it look like we're coming around here. And I'll talk about that in a second. So you know you're going straight through second exit. So we just check our mirrors. We're in position in on the left. We slow into second, off the clutch, and L for look. So again, once you're in position, that's when we need to look ahead to the right, ahead to the right. Now, what I normally tell people here is, you want to position your car just around here. It's the same for actually if you're turning left as well. You want to avoid hitting this straight because it's really hard to get your position back in and around the outside. So on approach, look ahead to the right, and then look here, position, one more look, and then around the outside. And very importantly, looking where you're going. So when you're positioning the car, you want to make it look like you're actually coming around the roundabout. You don't want the nose of the car sticking into the left, because it will make it very confusing for these cars coming out here. If they think you're turning left here, they will pull out in front of you. So it's important that we kind of position the car around so it looks like we're going straight around the roundabout. Very important that. And once we're past exit 1, that's when we need to left mirror, left signal, and try to keep it in on the left. So that's the rule for most roundabouts you come to if you're going straight through. But sometimes, so it's very important that you're always looking at the road markings here. Sometimes if it's 2 lanes or even if it's 3 lanes, the left, especially if it's 3 lanes, the left lane will always be for turning left only. But sometimes even if it's 2 lanes, that can be still the case. So if you look on the ground and on the road marking you see that the left lane is for turning left only, that means we need to be in this lane, alright? So in that case, what we do is we have to just do the same thing. We mirror, we don't signal because we're going straight. We're in position here, into second, off the clutch, L for look ahead to the right, and we drive onto the roundabout. And then when you're past here, that's when we left mirror, left signal, and just let everyone know that we're coming in here. So now we're going to be talking about if we're taking the 3rd or 4th exit, or if you hear to the right. So once you hear to the right, usually you know it's past this, so it's from 12 around to 6. So if you remember from the video on turning right, MSPSL for turning right, we inside mirror, right mirror, signal to the right, position your car over towards the centre line. Now depending on how many lanes there are, if there's 2 lanes, you're in the right lane. If there's 3 lanes, you're also in the far right lane. But if there's only 1 lane, just bring your position over to the centre line. Then we slow into second, off the clutch, then L for look. So we know we have to look ahead to the right, ahead to the right. And then once we know it's clear, that's when we come onto the roundabout and we're around the inside. We can see our indicator is still on here as we come around, and when you get past exit 2, that's when we left mirror, left signal, and we try to keep our position in on the left. And it will be the same if we were coming around to this exit here. We would just wait until we got past exit 3 and then left mirror, left signal, in on the left. So that's it. We've covered the correct position and observation on a roundabout. Just remember, the main part is obviously the position, what we spoke about, and also the observation ahead and to the right. If on approach we see a car coming, if we look to the right and we see a car, it's easy. On the brake, clutch in and stop. Once you're stopped, you're just keeping the observation going, ahead to the right, and once you see the first suitable gap, off you go. And then once you decide to go, make sure you go as well, especially when it's busy, because cars can come around pretty quickly. You don't want to be in the way. So once you know it's safe, get the car moving. It's all about progress. Alright, so look, I hope you liked the video and I hope it helped and it cleared a few things up for you. If you have any questions about this, pop them into the comments below and I will answer all of the questions. And also, if you like the video, hit like and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the new videos. Alright, so look, best of luck in the lessons and in the test, and speak to you soon.